Hey, this is Aiden with Workman Firearms. Today I'm going to be showing you exactly where to lube your Glock. So before we get into that, we're going to clear our firearm, remove your source of ammunition, then lock your slide to the rear. From here, physically and visually inspect your chamber, inspect your magazine wall. One last time, physically and visually inspect that chamber. Alright, the firearm's clear. I'm going to press my trigger in. I'm going to pull that slide back 1/8 of an inch, and then I'm going to pull down my slide lock and then push your slide forward. It'll come right off. Remove that spring, recoil spring assembly, remove that barrel. All right, now once you got a field strip and completely disassembled, the first thing we're going to be lubricating is our barrel. So you can take CLP lubricant or you can take gun oil to do this. You always want to have something that usually with Teflon tools so it has a higher burn point to it. Now, after you've cleaned it, we're always going to lube it back up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place a couple drops on the barrel, just like that. I'm going to put a drop in that barrel lug as well. And I'm also going to put a drop where the barrel hood is, which is right here. As you can see, there's already some wear and tear right there. So we're going to put a drop in the barrel hood, and that's just because there's going to be constant friction between the barrel hood and the slide when the firearm actually operates and the slide reciprocates and cycles. There's constant friction on the barrel hood. So you're going to put a drop of lubricant right there. You're also going to take a couple drops of lubricant. You're going to put it on the barrel. And from here, you can use gum patches if you want, or you can use your fingers. So then you just rub that in on the barrel, just like so. And as you can see, there's even a little bit of shiny portion up here on the end of the barrel, and that really shows you the constant friction when the barrel actually moves between the slide and the barrel itself. So you're gonna put a couple of drops of lube there, rub it all in, and then make sure that you get a nice drop of lubricant right in the barrel lug there. Once you've done that, you can set that aside. When it comes to the recoil spring assembly, you really do not have to lubricate it. However, I always like to put a nice drop or two in there. You don't want to over lubricate your firearm, just because if you over lube it, that also attracts a lot of dust, it attracts more carbon, and it attracts more dirt, and that can lead to more malfunctions. So you just want to lubricate the correct parts, in which I'm showing you today. After you've lubed up your barrel, we're now going to move to the slide. With the slide, you're going to just put one drop on each side of the slide rail cuts, which are located right here on the slides. Just put one drop in there, and then you're going to take your needle nose or your lubrication bottle, and you're going to put a drop right there on the inside of the slide. Now, once you've properly lubricated that portion, we're just going to set the slide apart. Now, you need to make sure that when you're lubricating your slide and cleaning your firearm or whatnot, never want to put any type of lubricant in the striker unit. So back here where the striker lug is, you do not want to put any lube in there, and you don't want to put it on the breech. You don't want to put it on the breech right in there too. You want to make sure you keep the gun oil and the lubrication out of the firing pin channel, okay? Now, once you've done that, we're going to start to move to the frame. And from here, what we're going to do is we're going to put a drop of gun oil or a drop of lubricant right in the rear end of the trigger bar, where the trigger bar touches the connector at the right rear corner of the frame. So right in here, we're going to put a little nice drop of lubricant right there. Now, those are the proper places that you're supposed to lube your firearm when it comes to your Glock after every use, or just for proper preventive maintenance to prevent against any type of malfunctions. You can also put a drop where any springs are. So put a drop down there as well. All right, so those are the correct places when it comes to lubricating your firearm. Now all I'm going to do is I'm going to put it back together in the reverse order that I took it apart. Then from here, I'm just going to perform a quick functions check. So I'm going to rack that slide once. I'm going to press in the trigger. I'm going to hold the trigger to the rear, and then I'm going to rack it again. Slowly release. I'm going to listen for the reset. Good. Once I've heard the reset, I know that I put the firearm back together correctly. And then all I'm going to do is I'm just going to wrap that slide a couple times. Get all that lubricant wrapped around inside there, make sure it's functioning correctly, and that's all there is to it. Super simple, super quick, and super fast. And now you know the correct place to lube your Glock. Thanks so much for watching. Take care.